Head, and let me ask you first about being interviewed, because you just told me this is your first time to be interviewed in a series of press interviews like this, even though you've done a number of motion pictures and been on television. So how does it all strike you so far? What's it like to face a battery of press people? It's a part of being a movie star, let's face it.
You're right, it is. It's exciting. It's exciting because I'm doing it for something that I really believe in, and it's fun.
What can you learn as an actress, do you think, by facing the press? Many times actors or actresses will avoid the press, maybe. Do you think you can learn anything from an experience like this? Anything I can teach you at all? Is that possible?
You know, it's funny, it's been really helpful, you know, because there's been so many interviews back to back. And it's been interesting to get an idea of where everybody thinks, and a lot of things I missed, you know, the first time through seeing the movie, and you know, talking with people, you get a better idea of what the film's all about.
That's supposed to be the way it works, and so far so good. You've done General Hospital, Blame It on Rio, No Small Affair, and now St. Elmo's Fire. And in view of all of that experience, you told me this morning that you enjoyed being an underdog. I was really struck by that. What do you mean by that?
No, it's just well, I can blame it on Rio. You know, I wasn't the lead, and I had the part that wasn't the most desirable, sorry to say, out of the two female women's roles. And
although you had a mind on your shoulders, you were an intelligent character, and that's not bad for any movie.
I guess I'm just somebody who's always like, I feel like I've had to work really hard to get where I am, and it's been a real slow process. And I always haven't been like Michelle was just like given the role in Blame It on Rio out of nowhere, having done nothing, having not gone on interviews or paid it. I hate to say pay any of the dues, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I say I like being that underdog because it's been the best thing. It's been I've grown the most from it.
Even though everyone in the cast is really pretty young, there's some experienced professionals in that group, and I'm wondering what you learned from working with that group on St. Elmo's Fire.
Tricky, very tricky, sly one there. I don't. There's nothing I can go into specifically with you and say. I mean, the whole experience was just that, a learning experience. I mean, it's always interesting to be around people who are a little bit further ahead, you know, where I can see where they've come from.
Yeah.
And just by being with them was a lot. I really can't tell you. You know, I don't know what exactly I could tell you.
Could we talk about how young people are portrayed generally in this picture? You've also said that young people, in your opinion, are in a hurry. Maybe they're in too much of a hurry today. What did you mean by that?
I don't know about being in too much of a hurry. I think that they just are in a desperate need to do something and be something, and it seems like a lot of people are having to take the easy way out, and it's almost like there's a feeling that they don't really have a lot of choices today. You know, and who knows?
Or they don't allow themselves many choices for fear of failure, maybe.
That as well, but I mean, as an overall feeling of kids coming out of school, and this pressure to be a success. You know, someone mentioned, maybe it was even you, about the me generation, and it being
maybe more now than
it was, and that really made me think about it. I don't know, because I mean, I think that that's true, but at the same time, even though their choices are turning to this right-wing conservative choice, there's a certain unity in that. Whether, I mean, that's their choice, but you know, there's there's just like this great need to do and belong to something.
And do you think St. Elmo's Fire, among a number of youth-oriented films, is maybe saying this in a different way or saying it more powerfully, in your opinion, than some other films that are around?
I don't know if it's really saying anything. I mean, like saying any, making any big statement in that way. I think it's just a nice, warm look at these people's lives, and that they're young, and that they're dealing with big problems, you know, our life problems, you know, that I don't think that people are, or that has been depicted before. You know, I mean, it's just, we're just living in the crisis that we go through, and that it's a reality that we do at 22. I have, you know, we all have these that we go through, and it's just survival. I think it's really, I mean, it's a, you see people surviving, and it is, and to the best of their ability, trying to support one another.
Demi, we have just a few seconds left, but this process you and I are going through, discussing your character and young people in general, did this happen on the set with you and the other actors and with your director also? Was it
We work
part
very
of a
close together.
daily investigation or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that nice? Sounds like a strong group that can come out of an experience like this. And by golly, I hope to be seeing you a lot more in the future, and maybe some more interviews as well.
Thank you.
As her interview career progresses, as well as that as an actress. Demi Moore, and she's in St. Elmo's Fire. I'm John Tibbetts in Los Angeles for KC.